Hey guys, it's Parker here back at the Great Ace Attorney 2 part, I think it's part 25 and 26, but I'm not sure. So last Tuesday, the video went out like a little later, like 2 hours, 40 minutes later, and that happened because I scheduled that video to come out next Tuesday instead of that Tuesday, so I was like, oh, oops, and then, yeah. So anyway, I think we are having a recess because we just they're bringing in more witnesses, the two redheads, I think. So yeah, we're having a break right now. Okay. It puts me in mind of the last case we worked on Dr. Size. I know. Anyway, it seems that on the day before Lord Van Zees discovered his body, Inspector Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League, so perhaps something happened with them. Come to think of it. Yeah, they're kind of suspicious right now. You had trouble with those League men too, didn't you, Mr. Sholmes? You were taken in by the trick. No. Naturally, I wasn't taken in, as you put it. My serious talent interest was merely piqued slightly by the rare slant of a weekly £4 income. And that scent masks the underlying scent of deception, I suppose. The two criminals in question are the pair we saw being arrested yesterday, aren't they? In Mr. Sholmes' suite, I mean. That's right, Suze, and it was me what took him in. Thanks to a tip-off by a good, law-abiding citizen. And who was that? Oh yeah, Sholmes. I keep on forgetting. It's been a week. Indeed, yours truly. So it's going to be that pair on the witness stand next, is it? Something doesn't quite make sense to me, though. The day before Inspector Gregson was found, he hadn't had trouble with the Red-Headed League yet, had you? Why would the inspector have been investigating them? Well, the likely explanation would be that Gregson's own serious talent interest is piqued by the rare scent of a weekly £4 income. Don't tar with the same brush as you, Sholmes. Yes, well, then there's the whole issue of Inspector Gregson being investigated by Lord Van Zees for some reason. The Reaper, the Red-Headed League, Inspector Gregson, Lord Van Zees, and Kazuma. I feel as though he knew we arrived at this point somehow. Gosh, I think you're right. Jolly gee gosh. What's he trying to achieve here today? All the answers soon be revealed. Observe the time, my dear fellow. This recess will be over very shortly. I think I'll just move everything to the right a little bit. Okay, this is better. Like, I can see the TV more. Zuma was determined that he should be the one to prosecute this trial, and he was determined that I should take the defense. Just what is it that he's hoping to make me see, I wonder? I get the feeling we're a long way from the end of this trial yet. Yep, same. I feel like this is the last trial. Are you ready then, Mrs. Sato? And there's gonna be several events just for this trial to happen. My chair keeps creaking, so sorry if you hear that. This chair is very old. I think it's like I think it's like over 6 years. Maybe I should get a new chair. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again. We resume the closed court hearing of Barak Van Zees, here present, who stands accused of murder. Now then, prosecutor Rousseau. My lord, have you summoned the witnesses as requested? Yes, the two members of the Red-Headed League who planned and carried out this deception. They arrived not long ago from the local prison by police carriage. Very good! Balev, usher the two men into the courtroom. These two men are currently being held by the police on suspicion of attempted extortion. You know, the witnesses so far that we had was just so weird. That's just that guy eating spaghetti was just like normal to me. I just passed by. You may omit your occupations, but state your names now for the court. I am Fabienne De Rosso. I feel like I've seen De Rousseau in some book somewhere. Maybe it's an author. I'm not sure. A descendant is the great De Rousseau family from Nice and France. My name is Peppino De Rossi. I am the third son of the great Fabienne De Rosso, the landowners from Napoli. Wow. The two men first became acquainted at a boarding school for European nobility. Souls who graduate from Tempsig are the future leaders of Europe. But, do you have any idea how boring it is to be born with noble blood? Alas, I make it my mission to get to see better of the world by employing the little grey cells of my brain. That is all I'm trying to do, So, that's the only reason for the whole grand deception you've been carrying out? Oi, you could say that. Not bad, eh? Hey, he has the grand ideas but the petty plans. The strange combination is that the charm of the hilarious brothers. See, couple? Oh my god. I'm not sure. My opinion of them is neutral so far. Listen to me, Peppino. I have two things to say to you. Che? Are you about to tell me one of your grandy anecdotes? E viva! Firstly, I want you to stop calling me these couple. And secondly, we are not hilarious brothers. This is serious business. Che bello! There it is! The couple's trumpet card, the furrow pro. It is deep, couple, the furrow, and the meaning of your words. The court has been led to believe that the religious ignore that under the banner of the Red-Headed League. You have conspired to steal the money from suspecting members of the public, is this true? Oi, Seska. What exactly was the nature of this? I'm sorry guys, I can't do French. I can't do Italian. Alors, I will explain it. No, couple! Leave it to me! Wow, you are so asking for a Mario accent right now, De Rossi. As you see, we both had the vivid... Mario! Mamma mia! We both had the vivid red hair, no? At school, your teased for this without pity. The couple here... I can't do a Mario accent. The couple here, he was many times behind the scars, crying like the chirpy mountain. Imagine I just voice this guy in my normal voice. I think I'll just do that. Uwe, these dogs. One day, the world will respect us redheads. Every night, he will burn. CSBN Peppino, enough. I'll explain the rest. The first step was the newspaper art advertisement. About 1 week before the plan was put into motion, we listed the same notice in every paper in London. Yes, we saw that notice. It was this one, I believe, entitled to the Red-Headed League. Oi, Siaska, I am honored that you have seen it. It states that the only condition for joining the league is having flame-colored hair, and that if you satisfy the interview panel and are admitted to the league, you can receive a weekly income of £4. On the date specified, red-headed hopefuls gathered in droves at the park specified in the advertisement, and from each person's present, this period took an application fee of 5 shillings. And we sent money to France. It was the plan most elegant, non? No, it was most dishonorable. But to be frank, I'm sorry that anybody was foolish enough to be taken in by such an obvious trick, Charles. The park was described by one witness as choked the red-headed folk like a closest orange barrel. And the day on which all these men gathered to apply was the day before the victim was discovered. Crucially, these two men spoke face to face with every single person present that day. Oi, I have seen more red-headed people in one day than I have seen the rest of my life. See, Anna now, every time I see the couple's hair, I feel sick to my stomach. Anyway, why have we been summoned here today? Sorry? The date for our trial was not until tomorrow, I was told. Naturally, neither of these men have been told any details about this trial. They've only been shown this photograph. Very good! So, Mr. De Rosso and Mr. De Rossi will now give your formal testimony for the court on the subject of the gentleman pictured in this photograph. Of course, we are always ready to help with the law. I just have no idea how to voice these guys. One guy is already gonna just be my normal voice. We had more than 1,000 red-headed people assembled in the park and Lime Street that day. But I don't recall the man in this photograph, eh, couple? None, I don't remember. Obviously he's dead now, but I assure you he was not in the park. Alora, this victim is nothing to do with us. You have a lot to answer for, Peppino. It is your fault that we got caught in the first place. You've given sworn testimony that this man in the photograph was not present. Can you be certain? Oi, I'm quite certain we did not interview this man. Nobody looking like this came to the park, this I can promise. It must be noted that you have been arrested for grand deception, however. Accordingly, this court has little confidence in your assurances. Ufa, with this attitude, we get nowhere, huh? He's really sulking now. This confidential document was obtained directly from Scotland Yard. It records an entry from the inspector's private diary dated the day before the incident. It reads, Line Street, Red-Headed League, undercover. Ah, I have the answer. Maybe there was another summer event in the park on the day in question, eh? That is ridiculous. There's no question that Inspector Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League, which means it's quite possible that's when he was killed. Very well, the Divas were pursuing a cross-examination now. Ah, yes, my lord. Alright, cross-examination time. Boom, 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 boom. Hold it! But according to what you said, you spoke with 1,000 more people that day. Then how would you know? Oi, that's true. My eyes were burning by the end of this day. Surely then you can't actually remember every single face. How are you so certain that this particular man was present? Normally, the red hair is very distinctive, eh? But not when you have 1,000 red hairs crowding around, then it's just an eyesore. But if there's some other information you could give us, maybe then we could recall. That is not the line, Peppino. Remember, we do not remember him. We are sure it's that fact, If there was an man with a red hairpiece, but his mustache did not match the color, then I do not think I could have forgotten him. Kazuma said that these two have only been shown that photograph and they've been told nothing else at all. But what I fed them, just one other detail about the victim. For example, I don't think his fish and chips would help his profession. He's an inspector. I can certainly appreciate that just knowing a man had red hair wouldn't help you remember this situation. But what if I told you that the man with the red hairpiece is actually a detective? The man is the photograph of a detective? Yes. It would appear he found your notice in the paper suspicious and decided to investigate incognito. Sorry, but this changes nothing. Pursue. Something to add, Mr. De Rossi? Che? Si. I am always adding something. Parmesan, olive oil, pepper. Oh, that sounds good. What I mean is, did you not agree with your friend's last remark by any chance? What did he just say about the detective? Yes, that. Keep your mouth shut, Peppino. You've said enough already. But why, Capo? What is the problem? There was a man who said, I am an inspector from Scotland Yard. What? Good lord! Yes, I'm going to get the tiny man my voice. Order! Explain this bold-faced in your testimony witness. It's simple. A man who was at the park. There was no such man. Madai, what are you saying, Capo? Have you forgotten, eh? I have forgotten nothing. Nobody like this came to the park. Basta, Capo, basta. You beat me at many things, but not two. The memory and the meals. Like I said, when it's time to eat the pasta, no one is a faster. But you're inferior to me in every other way, so shut up. Wow, this is such an unhealthy relationship. It's chopped tarts. This damage is done. Indeed it is, sir. Oi, there was a man who came to the park and he said he was inspector for Scotland Yard. However, he looked nothing like the man in the photograph. He was someone else. How can you be so sure? Because, to start with, his face is completely different. See, it's true. The man who came was a younger. Was it Van Zeeks? His face was clean-shaven. His eyes were sadder. His chin was thinner. No resemblance whatsoever then. I was not to be fooled. I took the obvious precaution and said to him, if you are a real detective, show us the proof. See, the cop here, he doesn't take a no nonsense, eh? But he was well prepared. He said he had identification. Identification mean official police inspector's identification. That is most unconvincing. Sorry, my lord. Counsel, no incognito inspector would offer his identification for inspection. It's quite out of the question. Yeah, that's true. Definitely. Why would he expose his true identity? Clearly, the papers are fake. Certo, cowboy, you're a genius. As we say in Natalia takes a deep to recognize another A. A! And what happened after he announced that he was a detective? A became very annoying. He said you're under investigation. So I took his papers from him and chased him out of the park. It was fantastical, and look, here's the identification. So you stole it from the man? He had it coming. He made us very scared. But he was not who he said he was. Oh my god. I can't do this Italian. Indeed, the person described does not appear to have behaved as a true inspector would. However, I believe it would be prudent for those identification papers to be entered into evidence. But I like them. Alright, let's investigate this. I mean, examine. I can't find anything out of place. Why is this so funny to me? Well, I suppose we should see what this inspector's identification looks like inside. Okay, let's read it. Yes, it definitely looks fake, doesn't it? Out of interest, what name is given? Probably just something plucked out of the air. Tobias Gregson. Wait, what? This Scotland Yard insignia looks genuine to me. But how? Tobias Gregson? And the department and identification number details are all correct as well. Since when have you known those? Do you mean to say, I know it seems incredible, but yes. I think this genuine identification book issued by Scotland Yard. But that's unbelievable. This is the real thing after all? What? But, what the heck? What the heck? What the heck is going on here? Well, I'm just gonna present this because this has everything to do with you. You met the victim of the crime scene. I wonder if I could ask you to examine this identification book very closely. Mr. Strahd. Why, Mr. Strahd? What is your intention here, counsel? Is this really fake or is it genuine? That's the question, which you can't answer ourselves. Objection. Don't be ridiculous. No Scotland Yard detective will allow his or her identification be stolen. Or there. That is the boss's, no question about it. It can't be. As I suspected, the undercover detective who attended the Red-Headed League's enrollment on the day in question was the real Inspector Gregson carrying out an incognito investigation. Zutalos! Oh, order! But if the boss had his identification stolen, he would have reported straight away. I mean, he was always on at me about it. If you lose someone, report it once, you say. Could it be then that he wasn't able to report it? That the inspector was physically unable to report it? Physically, eh? What are you saying? Unable to? You're not suggesting. Yes, it's quite possible he was killed before he had the chance to report his identification stolen. No. Oh my god. Order! The defense posits that the victim was killed the day before his body was discovered at a different location. Do you two have anything to say about that? Away! I know a nothing away! I done a nothing away! Pull yourself together, Peppino! Mon Dio, you can behave a little more like a master criminal than that, no? Way! Now I wish I had returned to Italia. Way! Just doing that in my voice is just more funny. So stop crying, Peppino, please. Otherwise, I... Now everyone's crying. Lume, stop your whining and start talking. Well, I know nothing way. Done nothing way. But you will tell everything or face the worst possible outcome. Oh my god. You will dry your eyes and testify again about these identification papers and the precise circumstances under which you came by them. For crying out loud. Now they're both crying. No. The truth is, we took him prisoner, kept him for the night at our secret hideout. Even though I didn't think it was a real detective, I was too scared to let him go that day, just in case. We took the mask and dedication for him and shut him up in the room next to ours. There might have been a little tussle, but we did him no harm, and the next morning we let him go. He spent a night in nice rooms, nothing like a prison really. Way. Oh my god. Wait. That little guy, he kind of had a similar bruise. With Gossip's bruise, right? Like on his neck, there's a bruise. But no, no, it was not like a prison. He was a very comfortable and a calm and happy. Capo? It was never part of my plan, I swear it. Oofa, so you think it was my fault, eh? Just because I got the date at the fair wrong, but I won a little today. I do not think it was your fault, Peppino. I know he's doing the chicken dance. No. Por favor, couple is not fair. Oh my god, I can't. You shall have plenty of time for scolding back at the prison, gentlemen. Oof, I don't believe this. How could he have been a real detective? He just showed you your identification papers. Counsel for the deepest procedure to cross-examination. So on the day before the incident, Gregson spent the night confined in this Paris hideout. So he had a little tussle. Does that explain the bruise on De Rossi's neck and on Goss's neck? What do you mean by a little tussle exactly? A ball feels nothing, just a minor incident, are you sure? The fossil inspector was a real piece of work, eh, Capo? What happened? Oofa, it was his disaster. We give him a nice room. What does he do, huh? In the middle of the night, he tries to escape through the ventilator door. Can you blame him? We chased him, be answered, and we caught him again. Oh my god, can you blame us? Wait, you didn't shoot the man in your haste, did you? Who do you think we are? Of course not. I simply caught hold of him and took him back to his room. Do you have something to say? Oh, he kind of has a squeaky voice. All right, Duro, get ready for a squeaky voice. Mr. De Rossi, is something wrong? Me? Something Mr. De Rosso just said seemed to make you act even more strangely than usual. What was that all about? Cavalo, at times like that, you don't want to have the couple out there, you believe me. And I speak more for personal experience. Personal experience? That is enough, Peppino. There is no need to say more. The truth is, the night before we put the red-headed lead plan into action, I was scared. It was not fair to the couple, but I tried to run away. It's a shame he didn't manage it. But the couple here, he came after me like a little turbine, huh? And he dragged me back to the house, kicking and screaming. I still had bruises to prove it, eh, couple? On my neck. Bruises, you say? You want to see? Oh, you want to see my fantastical bruises? That's enough now, Peppino. No one wants to look at any part of you. What the heck? What have to do? Oh, I assure you I don't. I assure you I don't. You do. Now. Laura, if everybody wants to see, then I'll do it. Echo, you see, this is still very visible, eh? That red ring around your neck, you got that when you're dragged back to the house? See, the couple study is very... I said that's enough. Peppino's neck is nothing to do what we're talking about here. You have my word. Gossip had a very similar bruise to that. Yes, what is your opinion, Counsel? I think it's important. Does it matter? It's important. Mr. De Rossi, I'm going to have to ask you to amend your testimony details about the mark on your neck. Hey, couple, you see? Everyone is interested when I say, Ugh. Very well, your manager testimony is requested, Mr. De Rossi. See, if you really want to know. He tried to escape, but the couple put a collar on him and dragged him back. But Gregson didn't have a bruise on his neck, right? Yeah, he didn't have a bruise on his neck, so what are you saying, man? So the day before his body was discovered, Inspector Gregson was taken prisoner while working incognito. No, it was nothing. So it was how do you prison? It was an invitation stay. It was homely. However, he described it as one glaring inconsistency that remains. What inconsistency is this, counsel? I would ask the court to look closely at this photograph of the victim, Inspector Gregson. You will see that there is no red ring visible around his neck. But that makes no sense. It was me who took a collar off the man in the morning. I saw the red bruises on his neck just like I have. Given that the mark is still clearly visible on this witness's neck, we'd expect to see bruises on the victim, who was put in a collar more recently than Mr. De Rossi. Then someone else got the bruising. But what we tell you, we say this from the beginning many times. Where? Oi, Peppino's right. As the man in the photograph, he is somewhat different as the man we held captives that night. Then it was gossip. Order! It would appear that the day before the incident, the man who visited the park on Line Street posing as an incognito inspector was not Inspector Gregson at all. Objection. Then it was someone else. It was gossip. If that's true, however, how do you explain the inspector's identification? He took it? It's a general identification book issued by Scotland Yard. It's inconceivable someone could have stolen such an important item for the inspector. The prosecution made that assertion itself. And we also know that the inspector made a note about the Red-Headed League in his diary for that day, which surely means he can't divorce the two events completely. Then maybe Gregson ordered someone else to do it. If it were the real Inspector Gregson whom these two red-headed gentlemen encountered, the fact that no bruising can be seen around his neck defies explanation. But equally, if they actually encountered an imposter, how did that person could be in possession of the real Inspector's identification? Maybe Gossip was working together with Gregson. Thus, the defense has a plausible explanation, counsel. The whole thing defies explanation. It is for precisely these occasions that we keep meticulous notes in the court record, Mr. Naruto, because those are the facts, and the facts cannot lie. No, the facts can't lie. Even when they point to something so incredible, it's almost unbelievable. Well, my lord, the true identity of the person who turned up in the park for Red-Headed League's enrollment is revealed by information court record, I believe. Good gracious! Very tantalizing, Mr. Naruto. So why don't you help us all see whatever the truth is that you have apparently seen? Who exactly was this inspector, that appeared before Mr. De Rosso and Mr. De Rossi, an imposter? Though it seems incredible, I admit the undeniable facts point to only one thing. Since no bruising can be seen on the victim's neck, that person who these two red-headed men, I can't read today, sorry, took prisoner that day cannot have been Inspector Gregson. In other words, their whole argument up to now has been a waste of time. Objection. On the contrary, I haven't finished. What? There's no bruising on the victim's neck, so the question immediately posed next is, who exactly was this man in the park on Line Street found to be carrying Inspector Gregson's identification? See, that's alright, we tell the same story every time. Whoever this man was, the couple dragged him from a pillar to a post at the dog collar. Mon Dieu, Peppino, it's not so harsh to say, huh? I think you're very harsh because that bruising on the neck is not normal. So who was that fossil inspector, eh? Who was he? Clearly, the defense has an idea about that. About the true identity of the man these two imprisoned that night. It was gossip. As asked the counsel for the defense, elaborate post haste. Who did the witnesses encounter in the park posing as Inspector Gregson? Oh my god, it was... Oh wow, she's 36. Okay, anyway. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, I forgot he's the same age as Ryunosuke. I don't know. Kazuma and Ryunosuke is a cute ship. What can I say? Yeah, it's freaking gossip.
Take that!
He even has a bruise on his neck. Goodness me, isn't that one of these witnesses who was in the stand is very court earlier today? A nameless man whose only occupation appears to be peddling hearsay to passersby.
Objection.
What on earth would a street seller be doing in a police inspector's identification papers because they're working together? Witnesses, is this the man or not? What has happened to his lip? See, this is a man who's not for the Redhead League, eh? He's looking for Twisted Lip League, huh? Perhaps rather than making such a rash claim next time, you should bite your lip instead. It seems improbable, yes, but one undeniable fact remains. During his testimony earlier, I noticed something around the man's neck, a red ring of bruising. Eh? What? The deepest demands that Mr. Gossip be brought back to the stand. Order, order! Bailiff! Bring the information and witness back into the courtroom. Immediately!